We have a Reddit post from r/religious trauma. Religion made me hate the concept of forgiveness. Forgiveness was a one-way street for me growing up. For some reason, my parents decided that any offense committed against me was forgivable at worst. More often than not, justified because of some minutia up to and including you were breathing wrong. When they decided an offense did require forgiveness, I had to forgive immediately and totally. There was no room for things like, I forgive you but I don't trust you, or I forgive you but I'm not doing favors for you. When I messed up, or they thought I messed up, however, it was an indelible sin born purely of spiteful rebellion, and they needed time to forgive me, layering on punishment after punishment. I tried pointing out this hypocrisy multiple times, and every time it was dismissed, sometimes with a flippant, oh, your life is so hard, or we're trying to make you into a mighty man of God. I was not allowed to defend myself. Oh sure, they would say you need to defend yourself next time, but that was a trap. To defend myself was to assume I had the same right to dignity and respect that everyone else did. This upbringing taught me the three most important virtues in life, however: anger, hatred, and unforgiveness. Anger. The wrongs done unto me were deliberate and with the sole intent to cause harm, and I have the right to react with force when someone attacks me. Hatred. The people who hurt me proved who they were, and I don't need to dig deeper on their behalf. If they act like an enemy, I will treat them like an enemy. I am justified in wishing... Well, okay, see, I was reading the other parts loud because I agreed with them. I don't want to wish harm on people, but I'm going to read this part from this person. I am justified in wishing harm on them and refusing to take any action that would mitigate harm done unto them. Unforgiveness. Just because someone hasn't had the opportunity to hurt me again does not absolve them of past wrongs. Furthermore, the people who are spouting verses and parables about forgiveness are nearly always the ones looking to plunge a new knife in my back. Yeah, basically. They say, no, that's not what happened and it'll never happen again, so they can do it again. That's the only reason they would lie to you like that. So yeah, I mostly agree with them. I stop short of wishing harm. I go so far as to say I wish my parents weren't in the world spreading this abuse. But I'm not saying I wish someone would take them out. I don't. Like, I'm not planning any violence against them or anything like that. I want them to change their minds. If they won't, I wish they would disappear. I'm not taking steps to make that happen, because, like, what does that mean? That's not... How much damage are they really doing, is the question. And since that's difficult to answer, I'm going to err on the side of caution. How about that? Religion is an obstacle to good mental health, healthy boundaries, and realistic expectations of others and our own behaviors. Viewing the world through a religious lens simply distorts reality. We are not born of some God capable of some objective perfection, suffering from original sin, or needing of some God's grace or mercy. We are evolved beings with emotional and physical needs which we can learn to manage and satisfy by using the reason available to us from our brains. As a result, religion can only be used to manipulate others or to convince ourselves that some magic will help us, or convince ourselves that we are some part of a greater plan. It's not helpful or instructive. I was just thinking about this a while ago. People of authority are always exempt for forgiving and changing their behavior, as evidenced by my life as well. There was this double standard my parents would hold me to, and like you, if someone hurt me, it was always either, oh, your understanding is wrong, you're taking it out of context, or you need to be less selfish. They or any other leader or church person could do no wrong. I have the same experience, and I'm really struggling with this now because this hasn't let up as an adult. I cut off my family 8 years ago, but my current roommate is Christian and claims that she deconstructed but still acts like this. There have been serious issues between us that need to be addressed since I am disabled and depend on her, but anytime I bring up an issue, she dismisses it as unimportant and explains to me why I shouldn't be upset. Then she accuses me of holding things over her head and guilt-tripping her after all I do for you, which is also guilt-tripping, is it not? She insists everyone needs to give forgiveness all the time, but I think it's resulting in serious anger issues when the core of herself isn't ready to forgive as readily as she says. I want to get out of here so badly. Completely understand. I've always seen the concept of forgiveness as selfish at its core, mainly because it's usually the perpetrator demanding forgiveness, thus the victim has an extra burden to bear, not just dealing with whatever wrong has been done to them, but being coerced by the perpetrator into telling them they're forgiven and everything's okay. I never ask for forgiveness. If I've wronged someone, I do my very best to apologize and let them know how regretful I am. If they want to forgive me in their own time, that's up to them. I just think forgiveness is very personal, and it shouldn't be wrenched out of someone. I sometimes wonder, is there a possibility that I'll forgive my parents in the future? And I don't see how. Like, I guess technically there is a possibility. But what would it require? Like, complete 180. They would have to own up to all their lies. They would have to change how they do everything. They would have to, start working against the institutions that they've been supporting their whole lives, and I think they're just too lazy, too scared, too selfish to do it. They're stuck in their ways, even though those ways have always been wrong. I am ashamed to call them my parents. I am ashamed at my family. So thank you for watching. If you have anything you would like me to read, please send it in.